Hey, we're back. It's Anthony Vaughn with the U Sports Center Extreme Sports page. We're here with our first Extreme Sports clip, and what we have here is a young skateboarder by the name of Isamu Yamamoto. Now, he's from no nothing, just a skateboarder, his board, and flat ground, and that's it. Whoever can do the best line out of that, that's what it comes down to. And in 2017, at just 14 years old, he won as a professional. Now that was at the World Freestyle Roundup Skateboarding Championship. That was 2017. Now, this kid is basically a prodigy, if I could say. He is listed, his inspiration would be Rodney Mullen, and if anybody knows the history of skateboarding, Rodney Mullen is the best freestyle skateboarder, hands down, all around. So definitely keep your eyes open and check this kid out. We'll definitely be hearing a lot from him soon. Shout out to Rick McCrank on Viceland. He has his show right now. I also want to give a shout out to Charlie Davis. He is running a program called with Skate Pal, and they're building skate parks for kids in cities that basically just don't have the means and necessary getting funding. One of the big things that he's doing right now is in the border of Palestine and Israel, and they're building skate parks and getting these kids basically just to interact with each other. They don't want to do anything, talk about where they're from, this and that, what's right, what's wrong. They just want to skateboard. So I want to give a big shout out to Charlie Davis from Skate Pal. And this was our first skateboarding segment. Thank you for having me. Once again, my name is Anthony Vaughn, and have a good one. And also, we also want to give a shout out to Muhammad too, and we'll be right back. Thank you very much.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Reed Dudley. Welcome to the U Sports Center, man. It's game time right now, guys, and we have things set up just the way we've wanted to. For a long time, guys, we've been wanting to bring this to you guys. This is the Youth Sports Center, Greatness Allowed. We've teamed up with AG Sports Company. We've teamed up with Giga Rays. We've teamed up with league organizations from all across the country, guys, and we're going to be talking about youth sports. Are you guys ready? Is this what it is right now? Right now, guys, this past week, what we had two of the top teams in Florida going at it. That's what we had. Two of the top teams, not in Florida, but two of the top teams in the country going at it right now, guys. This is what it's all about, guys. Right behind me right here on the big board, that's them guys from Modern Day. Yo, shout out to Ysc, all team members, man, from Modern Day, man. Shout out Brew McCoy, Darian Green, Warren, Optimus Prime, as we like to call him, Bryce Young, Young Vic. Then we got Ware Hudson, both the Ware Hudson brothers, Kyron and Keenan. Shout out Moses Sepulona, and shout out Rayshawn Davis, man, Rayshawn Davis. Yo, guys, we've been following these young guys, and don't forget my boy Davies. Don't forget Young Davies over there locking them down. Young Davies over there keeping them locked down. Yo, guys, these kids, we've been following them since they were IE Ducks. And now what you guys get to see right now is the finished product. These guys right here, Modern Day, one of the top-ranked teams in the country. They go out and they go to IMG in Florida to go play one of the other top teams in Florida, guys. And through the youth football area, if you guys have no knowledge about it, you guys don't know anything about youth football, right? Like, Florida came out here to California. They had a team with the Ravens, and they came out here and they put it on the pilots. They put it on the pilots, right? And so the folks from Florida, they went back there riding on their high horse. Oh, they was riding on their high horse. Yes, they was. They was riding on their high horse, folks. And so this game right here, it meant a lot, not only in the high school football world, but in the youth football world, guys, to believe it or not, because all this stuff matters. It all connects. It's when they start from the youth, and some of these guys are IE Ducks, or then you got some of these guys who are Chiefs from Miami or from anywhere, from the Gardens or the Ravens. Hey, you got guys like this, they come together and they meet at these high school stadiums. IMG, rated the top football academy in the country. They had to go against major obstacles this week, as your boy Bryce Young just got off and he leads his team down the field, man, towards the end of the game with a 28-24 victory. That's right, Modern Day with the dub. Hopefully we can get some of them Modern Day boys to come into our San Diego offices, guys, and come check us out and see what's going on over here at the Youth Sports Center. Greatness allowed. As you guys can see, I'd like to make a big shout out right up here to the right screen to see, now, if y'all didn't know, man, that's Under the Radar, man. Shout outs Under the Radar, man. We love the videos that these guys put together for the kids as they go across the country and highlight some of the top youth football teams, top high school football teams in the country. Luckily for us, these guys got out there, checked out some of our young guys, and they got busy. You guys, like I said, we're here right now. This is the Youth Sports Center, Greatness Allowed. Yo, guys, let's not even get into some of the big names that were over there, IMG, like Trey Sanders, the running back who everybody says is the #1 running back in the country. Not just me, but all football guys all across the country will tell you the same thing. Then you got Shamar Nash, David Baldwin, Grant Miller, just to name a few of the IMG guys who are top recruited guys that are going to college. This game had a lot of implications on it. I'm pretty sure USC, Florida State, Georgia, Alabama all had their eyeballs glued to this one. Nick Saban, everybody. Yo, Ohio State, everybody, man. Shout outs to my guy, Chris Olave, the freshman up there getting love at Ohio State University. Look, guys, we've been covering youth football for a while, guys. And as these guys lead and grow up to be big names in colleges, we're going to continue to follow them. This is just the first of our show. Number 16, Ysc The Show. We will be back, guys, with more of this stuff right now. Guys, we're getting ready to go, and during the commercials, you're going to see some of our sponsors, some of the businesses that back us up. You're going to see Phenom Basketball Camp, one of the best basketball camps, guys, in America. You have to go check Joe Keller out and see what he's doing. He's doing wonders with a lot of kids, man. At least over 100 kids from his program have been going to D1 colleges for the past couple years. You guys might want to check that out and see what's going on. Also, Giga what? Giga who? What? Giga Rays. That's right, guys. Giga Rays will be sponsoring the Youth Sports Center, and we have partnered up. We partnered up with AG Sports Production Video, and we're getting ready to get all across the country, guys, and bring you guys the tops in youth sports. This is your boy Reed Dudley, Ysc The Show, number 16. Guys, we're back like Joe Montana, baby. We'll see you guys when we come back. We're going to commercial break, and then we're going to talk about some of the other top youth basketball players in the country that we've been following. Check them out.
Our objective with this camp is to instill the characteristics they're going to need that are required to get to that next level.
At other camps, you just play basketball. At this camp, you learn, you have discipline, you eat lunch here, you eat dinner. It grows like a family.
This is the real time, like this is the best of the best.
It feels amazing. You walk around, you feel like a superstar.
There's so much talent here. Everyone has the talent to play. But do they have the character? Do they have the grades? You know, do they know the game, and do they also know the process?
I've been with Phenom for 10 years. This is my 10-year anniversary. Every year is something different. Getting kids that's from all parts of the world, having them to work together for 3 days in camp. The biggest thing is that the impact we put in the kids' life.
The coaches here, like, they are honest with you. They tell you what you need to do so you can get better.
I got many things out of this camp. I mostly learned that if you don't have the heart, you won't make it.
You have to go hard in the camp, but once it's over, right, you just feel so satisfied with yourself. You look back on the experiences and it's nothing but positive events.
If you were the best you could be this weekend, then congratulations to you. Now we can still get better. If you were not the best you could be, then go home and work. Come back and prove people wrong.
You guys all look great. Thank you guys for coming out to the 15th anniversary of the Phenom basketball camp. Can you guys get hyped up one time? The West Squad.
If you were the best you could be this weekend, then congratulations to you. Now we can still get better. If you were not the best you could be, then go home and work. Come back and prove people wrong.
You have to go hard in the camp, but once it's over, right, you just feel so satisfied with yourself. You put so much time, energy, and effort into it. You look back on the experiences and it's nothing but positive events.
I got many things out of this camp. I mostly learned that if you don't have the heart, you won't make it.
I got my first backboard block, if that's something. I just love playing here, getting like my teammates involved, all my assists, scoring. It was just a great experience. It feels amazing. You walk around, you feel like a superstar.
This camp has really like pumped me up for my high school season, my last senior season, everything. So I'm really hoping I can bring that energy and just like pump my guys up to take some dubs.
Just be mentally tough, be motivated, come back next year and put on a show. Everybody got it? I'm gonna miss you guys. I thank you. You are dismissed. Good job.
What is going on? How you guys doing? We are back. The Youth Sports Center. Greatness allowed. Like I said, guys, we've teamed up with a couple other companies here in the San Diego area, and we're going to be getting out to the top areas in the country where we're talking about youth basketball. Now, this young man was gone. He wasn't around here. He had dipped. He left. He bounced. You know what I mean? But we watched him as a young football player with the Balboa Raiders. And as a young football player with the Balboa Raiders, Jazair Jackson, now 6'9", 270 pounds, all grown man. All right, Jazair Jackson was a young football player for the Balboa Raiders, whose career has now started to stud and bud. Out of some miraculous waters from God, you know, Jazair is blessed by the football gods and the basketball gods. 6'9", 270 pounds. Jazair Jackson is an impact basketball player. Now down here playing with Team Thomas All-Stars. That's right, Malcolm Thomas All-Stars has picked up yet another all-star basketball player. It's not like they didn't have enough already dealing with Mikey Williams. They pick up the mammoth. They pick up the 6'9", 270-pound Jackson. And let me tell you guys, I went out and I interviewed Ysc Jackson as he was getting a workout in with some trainers, right? Yo, Ysc Jackson, and I swear, he walked right by Malcolm Thomas, and Malcolm Thomas stands all of 6'9". I watched Ysc Jackson tower. Let me duck so y'all can see what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Ysc Jackson, I watched him tower over the top of Malcolm Thomas. I watched LeBron James struggle to pick the man up. That's right. He's also on that team that travels across the country, the North Coast All-Stars. That's right. Hey, with LeBron, with Bronny James Jr., Mikey Williams. Hey, oh man, hey, listen. This team is going to be something special. You guys remember that we said that. I also caught a red eye, to Vegas this year and got a chance to watch these guys. Yeah, that game where LeBron jumped on the court and starts doing all them animal-like dunks before the kids play. I watched these guys really play together. I watched the chemistry in the team, and I watched young basketball players really figure it out, guys. Yo, that's our little Ysc Jackson segment. We'll be back with you guys with a little bit more, man, of the Youth Sports Center Grid News Information. This is Ysc The Show, number 16. We'll be back, guys. We're going to be talking about Mikey Williams and the #1 basketball player in junior high, and then we're going to talk about the #1 football player in the country. We'll be back, guys. Youth Sports Center. Greatness allowed.
Today is our 10th year, and what we do is we bring kids from all over San Diego County. You don't have to be a basketball player to come down. The goal is to have our young people here guest speakers. And every year we have a different topic, so we have different topics. And this year's, again, is on bullying, mental health, and gang violence. We have all the kids sign 2 pledges. They signed the anti-bullying pledge, which hopefully they'll stand up on their campuses. Athletes are always the top dogs on their campus, and more people listen to them than, just because they're who they are. So if they can stand up on their campuses and be voices for the ones that don't want, that's getting, bullied, that's the main goal. And the second pledge is the Ball Sober 365 for all our athletes not to drink or smoke, underage drinking, underage smoking.
The event is really good for our community. We live really close to Lincoln, so we know the stuff that goes on around here, and I think it's really positive for the kids to hear some positive role models that used to live here.
Norman Powell grew up in Southeast San Diego. Norman Powell is part of this event, and he's been part of it, the last 10 years. He comes home. He's due back in mini camp in Toronto the next couple of days, but he makes sure he's here.
It's a good feeling to know that these kids look up to me, that can be a positive role model, especially coming from the community. Just that shining light that, anything's possible and that you can make it, with the right focus, the right mindset, and the right determination.
A lot of these kids, they have a lot of people that care about them and get people to come talk to them. Just can pretty much reiterate what they've been trying to teach them. And a lot of times they're lucky to have NBA guys like Norman Powell come back to his hometown community, bring me along, to speak to them. So it'd be great to see if we could help, if we help 5 or 6 of those kids, to 10 of those kids, get through to them today, to figure it out, or to see, how important certain things are, and take advantage of their opportunity, their resources. So it'd be a great thing for this community.
The more opportunity you get, the harder you got to work, and that's something that I always convey to the kids. It's not going to be hard. You got to have the right focus. You got to have the right mindset. My motto is understand the grind, and my 3 words that I live by is hard work, dedication, and commitment. You stick to those 3 words, the good things are going to happen for you, and the opportunities are going to come. You just got to be a positive person, have a positive mindset, and have a positive work output.
Anyone can have a dream. All goals are achievable. You put in the hard work, both on and off the field. You make a commitment to yourself and your team. Get turned up. Take it to the next level. Step up to the competition. To those who say it can't be done, sit back and watch the giga rise. It's game time. Mom and dad are in the stands. You just came out of the tunnel. Fans are going crazy. Let's give them a reason to keep cheering. Do you want to bring home the win? To show them who's number one? We're ready. Are you? Giga what? Giga who? Giga Ray. There you go. What's going on out there, you sports world? Now, for the past year, we've had the joy and we've had the respect from his parents to actually go around the country and follow some of what this young man is doing. Shout outs to Bernard Thompson, shout outs to Maylon Williams, shout outs to Sharice Williams, and the rest of the Thompson-Williams family who have played a huge part in this young man right here's growth. Mikey Williams, I know a lot of people have been talking. This kid is the talk of Instagram with over 180,000 followers. If you go look on YouTube and you see some of his YouTube videos, some of them crest over 100,000 views. Some of them crest over 200,000 views, and I believe, hell, there's one with over 300,000 views. This morning, if you're a basketball anybody and you guys get your email from Slam or you're a Slam subscriber or a follower, then you know Slam Magazine, the biggest basketball magazine in this country now, has just did a video story on Mikey Williams as they were following him around the same times that we were. I mean, hell, I looked at the Slam Magazine guy that I met out in Las Vegas, and I said, hey, man, if this kid isn't a cover for Slam Magazine, I don't know who is. I really don't know who is. I know everybody sees the dunking, and everybody sees the highlights of him, dunking on his friends or coming around the back with it. His court vision, his passing skills, his mentality his mentality to adapt to the game as the game is happening is one of the best traits about his basketball game. We go fishing. That's my guy. We go fishing. We going fishing here soon. Joseph Ursich, we're at you, buddy. We need to get on the big boat, man. We trying to go deep sea fishing again. Holler to the Ursich family of Point Loma, who's always shown love to the Youth Sports Center. Mikey Williams, for a lot that may watch, may say, hey, he's 14 years old. You guys are putting a lot on the 14-year-old. Or, Reed, you're doing too much, Reed. Reed, you're hyping too much. And at some point in time, you have to be real with yourself, The kid is one of the best basketball players that I've seen in my life. And I grew up playing with a lot of good basketball players and guys that were in my neighborhood that went on to play in the NBA, Dominic McGuire, Glenn McGowan, who does a lot within basketball. Jeremy Maguire was a Globetrotter when he first started off playing. I grew up with guys who were making moves at that point, at that time. Mikey Williams, and I'm sure Malcolm Thomas of San Diego State now plays overseas, will tell you the same thing. He's probably one of the most talented athletes that I've ever seen. I started following Mikey when he was actually playing football. He was a football player, guys, and that's what it was all about. It was about him playing football and being a quarterback. Maybe the next year after that, Mike said, man, I'm chasing after that #1 spot. This year, guys, he was able to travel the country with LeBron James Jr. and the North Coast, the North Coast team with Jazier and other kids like that. It takes a lot to get off a plane and get ready for basketball, and travel around the country. Mikey's pretty much been a hired hitman. You know what I'm saying? Going around the country playing in different basketball camps showing everybody in the country that he's more than just a dunker. He's more than just a kid who could throw it down with hops. He's got a nice fadeaway to his game. His hesitation, dribble, 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 hesitation, step back. His game is killer, guys. If you guys get a chance, if you ever get a chance, please go to YouTube and look up the young man, Mikey Williams, YSC All-Team member, YSC Youth Executive. Thank you, Mikey, for supporting the Youth Sports Center, as we will continue to support you in your journey, guys. We're going to go back, and we're going to hit another commercial break, guys, and check out these sponsors and check out some of these other things. I also want to shout out Coach Jeff Harper Harris. I want to shout out Marlon Wells, guys who are impactful in the San Diego community, in the basketball community. Like, again, shout out Maylon Williams, man, and your family, man, for letting us be a part of Mikey's journey as he continues to grow as an athlete. We're going to continue to follow this kid. I'm pretty sure he's going to be rocking some Youth Sports Center Giga what? Giga who? Giga Rays jerseys, right, in December when him and his Team Thomas All-Star team go and collide on the other side of the country in December, guys. We still got the number one football player in the country to talk about right now, guys. And guess where? He's out of St. John Bosco. That's right. Another solid Southern California product kid that we're going to be talking about here on the Ysc The Show. This is your boy Reed Dudley of the Youth Sports Center. Shout out AG Sports Video Production. And shout out Giga what? Giga who? Giga Rays. We're off to our next commercial, guys. I'll see you guys soon, man. We'll be right back.
What do you love the most about playing basketball?
I just love it. I just love basketball.
I live in Hawaii on Oahu. This is the real time, like this is the best of the best. I just wanted to like come out here and just do me and learn.
There's different values of basketball skills from around the country. California plays a certain level. East Coast basketball is kind of quick. There's different levels of basketball up north. Some girls slow down basketball. So you want to be able to change your environment and you be able to play against other girls at different type of competition.
I'm hoping to play in college, yeah. The coaches here, like, they are honest with you. They tell you what you need to do so you can get better. It really prepares you for, like, what's next to come.
I coach basketball. I enjoy basketball. I give back through basketball.
The next level is like working hard, play hard every day, and no matter what, don't stop playing.
You guys all looked great. Thank you guys for coming out to the 15th anniversary of the Phenom Basketball Camp. Can you guys get hyped up one time? The West Squad.
Our objective with this camp is to instill the characteristics they're going to need that are required to get to that next level.
At other camps, you just play basketball. At this camp, you learn, you have discipline, you eat lunch here, you eat dinner. It grows like a family.
This is the real time, like this is the best of the best.
It feels amazing. You walk around, you feel like a superstar.
There's so much talent here. Everyone has the talent to play. But do they have the character? Do they have the grades? You know, do they know the game, and do they also know the process?
I've been with Phenom for 10 years. This is my 10-year anniversary. Every year is something different. Get kids at small parts of the world, having them to work together for 3 days at camp. The biggest thing is that the impact you put in the kids' life.
The coaches here, like, they are honest with you. They tell you what you need to do so you can get better.
I got many things out of this camp. I mostly learned that if you don't have the heart, you won't make it.
You have to go hard in the camp, but once it's over, right, you just feel so satisfied with yourself. You look back on the experiences and it's nothing but positive events.
If you were the best you could be this weekend, then congratulations to you. Now we can still get better. If you were not the best you could be, then go home and work. Come back and prove people wrong.
You guys all looked great. Thank you guys for coming out to the 15th anniversary of the Phenom Basketball Camp. Can you guys get hyped up one time? The West Squad.
Today is our 10th year, and what we do is we bring kids from all over San Diego County. You don't have to be a basketball player to come down. The goal is to have our young people here guest speakers. And every year we have a different topic, so we have different topics. And this year's, again, is on bullying, mental health, and gang violence. We have all the kids sign 2 pledges. They sign the anti-bullying pledge, which hopefully they'll stand up on their campuses. Athletes are always the top dogs on their campus, and more people listen to them than, just because they're who they are. So if they can stand up on their campuses and be voices for the ones that don't want, that's getting, bullied, that's the main goal. And the second pledge is the Ball Sober 365 for all our athletes not to drink or smoke, underage drinking, underage smoking.
The event is really good for our community. We live really close to Lincoln, so we know the stuff that goes on around here, and I think it's really positive for the kids to hear some positive role models that used to live here.
Norman Powell grew up in Southeast San Diego. Norman Powell is part of this event, and he's been part of it, the last 10 years. He comes home. He's due back in mini camp in Toronto the next couple of days, but he makes sure he's here.
It's a good feeling to know that these kids look up to me. That can be a positive role model, especially coming from the community. Just that shining light that, anything's possible and that you can make it, with the right focus, the right mindset, and the right determination.
A lot of these kids, they have a lot of people that care about them and get people to come talk to them. Just can pretty much reiterate what they've been trying to teach them. And a lot of times they're lucky to have NBA guys like Norman Powell come back to his hometown community, bring me along, to speak to them. So it'd be great to see if we could help, if we help 5 or 6 of those kids, to 10 of those kids, get through to them today, to figure it out, or just see, how important certain things are, and take advantage of their opportunity, their resources. So it would be a great, great thing for this community.
The more opportunity you get, the harder you got to work, and that's something that I always convey to the kids. It's not going to be hard. You got to have the right focus. You got to have the right mindset. My motto is understand the grind, and my 3 words that I live by is hard work, dedication, and commitment. You stick to those 3 words, the good things are going to happen for you, and the opportunities are going to come. You just got to be a positive person, have a positive mindset, and have a positive work output.
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? We are back, guys. This is the Youth Sports Center, guys, and I created the Youth Sports Center probably about 8 years ago, and now everything is starting to come fruition. Everything's starting to come full circle, and I truly believe it's all about the people that you're working with or the people that you're surrounded by. I like to shout out Giga Rays. I know you guys hear me always Giga what and Giga who and Giga Raising. Giga Rays, go to gigarays.com and sign your teams up for competitive sports fundraising, guys. It's a big deal. And shout out to AG Sport Video Production. Call them and get them to come out and film your game. And if you ask for the Raz and Bassaz, you're going to ask for Reed Dudley to come with him, bro. And you want the Youth Sports Center greatness allowed to be in the building with you. If you want all the hype, you want all the if you want all the bells and whistles, you want all those. Behind me, guys, right here is DJ Ugalalele. Okay, now you're talking about the #1 football prospect in these United States of America. 6'5", 200+ pounds. Oh man, turn up! Hey guys, he came in for Real Mitchell. Shout outs to Real Mitchell, who's now at Iowa State University. He came in last year for Real Mitchell, almost something like Tui came in, at Alabama. And came through and saved the day against Clemson. DJ came through almost the same kind of way for St. John Bosco and brought these guys and drug them into the playoffs. He's always giving the Youth Sports Center our interviews, always showing us the love. DJ not only is one of the top football players in the country, but I believe every Major League Baseball team in the country has their eyes on this young man right here. He's a do-it-all type kid, comes from a good family, a good people. His uncles, moms, dad, they all participate. Shout-outs to their family for always being supportive of the Youth Sports Center and always letting us talk highly about this young man right here, who I think whatever college is going to grab this young man is getting a jewel. They're definitely getting one of the strongest mentally football players in the country, on top of physically. You know, look, the kid is a good-looking young man. Okay, look, I heard he was asked to be on The Bachelor. He got on the plane, and the lady from The Bachelor, the lady from The Bachelor gave him her card and said, "Yo, man, you might be the next Bachelor." You know what I mean? Little did she know he was only 16 years old. Back off, lady. Back off. Not yet. Let the young man get his way in whatever he's going to do. If you guys don't know, a lot of baseball players, they're allowed to, you're allowed to sign right after high school and get into the draft, and you can sign with a team. That's what Russell Wilson did and Deion Sanders did. If you wonder why Deion Sanders came to college dripping with jewelry, calling himself Primetime, and that's because I believe he signed a $300,000 contract right after high school to go play baseball for the Yankees, and he was in spring camp. And that's why you see Deion afterwards, when he got out of college, going to go play baseball and things like that. DJ has the same ability. And some of you young men out there have the same ability too. I'm watching a lot of young men focus just on one sport. And let me tell some of you one-sport athletes out there. You know, colleges want to see you do more than just one sport. So get with your track team. Get with your track coach. Get with a volleyball coach, water polo coach. Turn up, man. Do something. You know what I'm saying? Get with these guys so that you can get more than just football behind your belt. This young man, DJ, he's definitely the top prospect in America, not just because he's a great football player and a great person, but he's one of the best athletes in the country. Turn up. This is your boy Reed Dudley, man. We'll be back. We're going to finish off our segment with the SDYFC. That's right, the San Diego Youth Football Conference, out of the AYF, the American Youth Football Conference. Hey, somebody call Joseph Galat and tell him Reed Dudley's looking for him, baby. You know what I mean? Hey, and shout outs to Rich McGinnis, also with the Pro Football Hall of Fame, who made that call this morning. Shout out to you, Rich. Reed Dudley looks like you're going to get back with the Hall of Fame, back in business. Hey, Rich, maybe do we need to bring our show to Ohio, Rich? Do we have to do that? Are we going to, is the Youth Sports Center going to have to get Hall of Fame-ish on you? I'm just saying. We'll see you guys soon. We're coming right back. We're going to spin this back with the SDYFC. We're going to talk about one of the top youth football teams in the country that nobody's giving their props to at the 9U division. And then we're going to talk about this week's YSC main event. We'll be back, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to Youth Sports Center. Greatness allowed.
Best you could be this weekend, then congratulations to you. Now we can still get better. If you were not the best you could be, then go home and work. Come back and prove people wrong.
You have to go hard in the camp, but once it's over, right, you just feel so satisfied with yourself. You put so much time, energy, and effort into it. You look back on the experiences and it's nothing but positive events.
I got many things out of this kit.
I got my first backboard block. If that's something. I just love playing here, getting my teammates involved, all my assists, scoring. It was just a great experience.
It feels amazing. You walk around, you feel like a superstar.
Camp has really pumped me up for my high school season, my last senior season, everything. So I'm really hoping I can bring that energy and just pump my guys up to take some dubs.
Just be mentally tough, be motivated, come back next year and put on a show. Everybody got it? I'm going to miss you guys. I thank you. You are dismissed. Good job.
としたらなんかすごいなんか何やってもちょっと力が弱まっちゃうような感じになるかなとなんかあんまり充実した感じにはならない。
Today is our 10th year, and what we do is we bring kids from all over San Diego County. You don't have to be a basketball player to come down. The goal is to have our young people here guest speakers. And every year we have a different topic, so we have different topics. And this year's again is on bullying, mental health, and gang violence. We have all the kids sign 2 pledges. They sign the anti-bullying pledge, which hopefully they'll stand up on their campuses. Athletes are always the top dogs on their campus, and more people listen to them than, just because they're who they are. So if they can stand up on their campuses and be voices for the ones that don't want, that's getting, bullied, that's the main goal. And the second pledge is the ball sober 365 for all our athletes not to drink and smoke, underage drinking, underage smoking.
The event is really good for our community. We live really close to Lincoln, so we know the stuff that goes on around here, and I think it's really positive for the kids to hear some positive role models that used to live here.
Norman Powell grew up in Southeast San Diego. Norman Powell is part of this event, and he's been part of it, the last 10 years. He comes home. He's due back in mini camp in Toronto the next couple of days, but he makes sure he's here.
It's a good feeling to know that these kids look up to me. That can be a positive role model, especially coming from the community. Just that shining light that, anything's possible and that you can make it, with the right focus, the right mindset, and the right determination.
A lot of these kids, they have a lot of people that care about them and get people to come talk to them. Just can pretty much reiterate what they've been trying to teach them. And a lot of times they're lucky to have NBA guys like Norman Powell come back to his hometown community, bring me along, to speak to them. It'd be great to see if we could help, if we help 5 or 6 of those kids, to 10 of those kids, get through to them today, to figure it out, or just see, how important certain things are, and take advantage of their opportunity, their resources. It would be a great, great thing for this community.
The more opportunity you get, the harder you got to work, and that's something that I always convey to the kids. It's not going to be hard. You got to have the right focus. You got to have the right mindset. My motto is understand the grind, and my 3 words that I live by is hard work, dedication, and commitment. You stick to those 3 words, the good things are going to happen for you, and the opportunities are going to come. You just got to be a positive person, have a positive mindset, and have a positive work output.
Bishop Boy Reed Dudley, guys. As you can see, I believe it says it on the bottom of the screen there somewhere. My name is it's above. I think it's above. You guys don't trip, guys. Look, we are working, like I told you guys, working with a couple different companies. Above us, you guys will see the Giga Rays logo being dropped right there above you guys' head. And behind me right now, behind me right now are the Knockout Boys. Knockout Boys on 3, Knockout Boys on me, right? Now, I've been working with Coach Corey Thompson for a couple years now. When I very first started the Youth Sports Center, we went and I grabbed a kid named Sweet Feet. You know what I mean? Shout out Sweet Feet. Sweet Feet was Corey Thompson's oldest son, and Sweet Feet was the poster boy of the Youth Sports Center. I also like to shout out, I know you guys see in the background, you guys see the highlights of some star players. You guys see Phillip Rivers. You guys see Mikey Williams. I know, and in the commercials, you guys seen Norman Powell and Danny Green Jr. Shout out to my guy Jeff Harper Harris for what he does in the community. The anti-bullying campaign that these guys got going around all across the country, and then the Norman Powell camp goes off, guys. But right now, we got the Pull-Up Boys from Skyline, okay? Shout outs to the Pull-Up Boys from Skyline who brought their A game, to try to compete with the #1 ranked team in 9U football. Yeah, that's right. We talking 9U football. Is that where it's come to, Reed? Is that where it's come to, Rick? Yes, that's where it's come to. 9U football, guys, is king out here in Sacramento. San Diego, excuse me, as we have some of the top teams in the country right here. The Bonita Bucks, the East Lake Panthers, the Balboa Raiders, the Pull-Up Boys, right? And then hashtag the Knockout Boys. If you guys want to, you guys can go hashtag Knockout Boys on YouTube and watch all their highlights and all their videos. This is one of them right here behind me, guys. The Knockout Boys getting the work done. Hey, that's what they do. They get it popping. Cameron Joy Thompson, who's a strong runner. And if you guys were watching the live feed this week, you watched him put his foot in the ground and dig all the way down on a little flare from the quarterback right out of the backfield. You got your boy Juice Courtney Thompson. Wow. We call him Juice. I call him hashtag bye-bye because he might be the fastest kid in that division, right? You got Caden Jones playing quarterback, who's also a double-star baseball player also. We got Grizzy Grant, my boy Grizzy Grant, who be out there kicking the field goal, making it happen. You know what I mean? I caught Grant this weekend digging real deep, watching into the tape, because they know they have a couple big games coming up here, guys. Look here, in the 9U division, there's a lot of teams. Hey, Freezy Prince, yeah, that's my guy out there in Florida. Yo, we want these 9U knockout boys to bump heads with these 9U Chiefs out of Florida. That's our dream game. That's what we're trying to make happen, guys. Come down here. Come to San Diego. Bring your kids. Make them part of the Youth Sports Center. Let's see if we get that 3,000-mile trip. Hey, contact Giga what? Giga who? GigaRaise.com and get your team signed up for competitive sports fundraising. Hey, guys, that's what this is about. This is all about coming together and making this thing happen for these kids. Right? So no matter where you're at in the country, if you contact your boy Reed Dudley and you want your kids up on the big wall behind me, I know you guys see the wall. You want the kids on the big wall behind me, right? Hey, contact us. Send us your highlights. Send us your videos. We're going to be doing a high school show like this. Yeah, that's right. We're going to be doing a youth sports show like this. Yeah, that's right. We're going to be on 2 to 3 days a week. That's right. Hitting you live with some of the livest interaction, youth football, youth basketball, youth soccer, youth baseball, youth sports in the country, the Youth Sports Center world. That's where we're at right now, guys. Thank you, guys. We appreciate everybody putting in their time and doing what they do. We like to give a major shout out to AG Sports Video Production. We like to give a major shout out to Giga Race and these knockout boys right here behind me. Shout out young Duncan, young Brendan Duncan, who a lot of you guys know, Zamaje Duncan. Oh, don't forget about Brendan, though. He plays defensive tackle for these knockout boys, and he's on the rise up. My boy D. Arcos, Noah, all the other guys, man. Hey, the bus. The bus is coming through. That's right, the 135-pound running back out of Los Toros who runs with power, runs with determination out of that backfield. I asked Coach Corey Thompson, I said, why are you not playing the bus on defense? He said, we don't need to. The defense is too smashing with guys like Hurricane Fuga and Day-Day and Caden Thompson out there on the end. Guys, the defensive line is mashing. Okay, this team is ready to go. Rubio, we missed you last week. Rubio, these guys were missing one of their top offensive linemen, and he was in Germany. That's right. Rubio went to Germany with his mom to go hang out, missed the #1 versus #3 battle, and their team still won. That's how serious this team is. Shout out my boy Watkins out there doing his thing also on the offensive line, guys. Hey, Venegas, all those other guys. Hey, yo, this team is stacked, right? Mike Lewis does a great job coaching the defense up and having these guys ready. Coach Antonio Harris. I want to have Coach Antonio Harris on my show next week. So, Coach Antonio Harris, I want you to come in here, and we're going to get on the big wall, and we're going to dissect him. Look at the juice. Look at the juice. You guys got to watch him run it away. Right? We're going to dissect what is he doing with this offensive scheme, how he has 3 powerful running backs out of the backfield, and how he keeps everybody happy by giving everybody the ball. This week, guys, our YSC main event is going to be the 14U East Lake Panthers versus the Los Toros Bulls. 14U Heisman City Bulls. That's right. The Heisman City Bulls are getting ready to play against East Lake Panthers. Now, the East Lake Panthers have been the most dominant team in San Diego football, maybe in history. If the East Lake Panthers pull off this win, they will be solidified as the most dominated team in San Diego football history during the season, as they have not lost a game in about 4 to 5 years, guys. And this Los Toros team has pushed them to the brink a couple times in championship games that they have met 4 times. That's right, 4 times for the championship. Now, everybody's like, Reed, what's your prediction for this game? And guys, let me tell you, I'm getting ready to lay it out right now for you guys on Ysc The Show. Nico Mosley, from what I hear from the Los Toros Bulls, may not be playing. Right? Nico Mosley does not play. We are not sure what kind of defense Los Toros is getting ready to bring. I think Corday Douglas, I think Quan, I think Jaden Smith, I think Shargaloff, I think these guys step up. I think Hunter, I think these guys come to play. Right? I think in a tough defensive battle, with some Heisman City kids over there. Shout out Kaha Nui. Shout out It Ain't Easy Being Lepeasy. And Larry Edwards III. right? AKA Trey Edwards to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Also, Cruz Estrada and those other guys out there that got a lot of team, Nankill, and a lot of those guys, and Noah that can play over there at Eastlake. But did Eastlake do what they needed to do in the offseason? Did they add enough? Is Carroll Island enough over there in the corner to stop Johnny Limon? Lemon pepper chicken, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Barbecue chicken, but I'm talking about lemon pepper with it. Okay, my guy Johnny Lemon has grown into one of the best quarterbacks in San Diego. Corday Douglas has went from defensive tackle to star running back. Oh, and DeRicky Hill does more than just a little bit. Okay, that's right. These guys are ready to play. The Heisman City Lost Toros Bulls are coming to play. I think in a tough battle, I think the game ends up 14-6. Now, I'm going to be there live with AG Sports Video Production and the Youth Sports Center. We're going to be live there for the YSC main event Saturday morning. And I'll give you guys who I think is going to win that game, 14-6. Right now, guys, I'm just going to give you guys a dose. I think the game's only going 14-6. If it gets out of hand and goes more than that, guys, hey, don't blame me on it. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee these two teams will be playing again in the championship. Number 1, East Lake Panthers versus number 2, Los Toros Bulls. AG Sports Video Production, Giga What, Giga Who, Giga Rays, all teamed up together with your boy Reed Dudley and the Youth Sports Center, Greatness Allowed, to bring you guys the YSC main event Saturday at 2 p.m. at Mater Dei High School in Chula Vista, California, guys. Hey, it's going to be a barn burner. You got Coach Clark Moses on one side. You got Coach Rudy Hernandez on the other side. Two of the best coaches in San Diego that San Diego has to offer. Two of the top teams. I'm not telling you guys who's winning the game. So our Saturday morning show, after our interviews, this is the Youth Sports Center. Greatness Allowed, Ysc The Show, number 16. Who's going to be on show 17? Will we be talking about you? Will we be talking about your kids? Hey, send me the information on Facebook, guys, and let's find out. This is your boy Reed Dudley of the Youth Sports Center, Greatness Allowed. Once again, shout out my sponsors, AG Sports Video Production, and shout out Giga What, Giga Who, GigaRays.com. It's your boy YSC. Hey, Knockout Boys on me. Knockout Boys on 3. 1, 2, 3. Knockout Boys. We'll see y'all later, man. This is your boy Reed Dudley, and I'm out.